Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, hating in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get those hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
All right. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Holy crap, we got some breaking news for you guys, so we're going to be getting into this very, very quickly because this is breaking news. Didn't expect this stuff to come out or this information to come out, but it looks like they have officially released some of this information. And they're saying that there was red on some of the stuff inside of his apartment. I told you guys. I knew that there'd be something. Like they didn't want to say nothing, y'all. They did not want to say nothing for a reason. Now we're starting to get more and more information. This is still going down the route of him guilty. Allegedly. Okay? We still got to see what they're going to do. All right? We still got to see what they are going to do. But we do have something breaking right now as we speak. So we're going to get into it very, very quickly, okay? I know I have my long intros and all that stuff, but today is going to be shorter than usual because I know you guys are all coming in for the sauce. Y'all in here for the sauce, right? And I'm wearing red for a reason because they found red. I'm wearing red for a reason, y'all. Okay? So, thank you, Spin Cycle. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I've been watching Yellowstone, so everything's like Southern in my head. I don't know why. All right. If y'all haven't seen Yellowstone, Left Turn, it's pretty fire. It's actually pretty fire. Okay. But anyway, breaking news, breaking as we speak. So we got to get into it. That's enough intro and all that stuff. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Make it scream out your doggone name. Okay. And hit that subscribe button. Okay. Be appreciated. Thank you so much. Join my family membership, all right. Hit that join button down below. I got some new stuff coming for the members. Little trinkets for you guys to have some fun with later on this afternoon. You'll be able to see those updates in the membership world, which is going to be very exciting for you guys. Finally did something, okay. And for those of y'all who haven't done it yet, please go over to my secondary channel, the Pascal Show Clips. Please crush that subscribe button over there. Okay, working our way. We just got past the 1K threshold over there, but if you can support in any way, please hit that subscribe button over there because I am taking clips and pieces and moments from our shows and putting them over there because some of these shows are 3 doggone hours long, and sometimes you just want to hear the nuts and bolts of everything, the meat and potatoes. All right, so. Man, oh man. So don't forget to go over to the Pascal Show Clips and hit that subscribe button over there, okay? It'd be greatly appreciated. Yeah, anyway, we got to get into these things. Don't forget, again, one more time, hit that like button, send it past 400 likes because I'm giving you the stuff hot and fresh out the kitchen. This is breaking as we speak. This literally just came out moments ago, okay? I'm giving you the exclusive. I was planning my day to be not in front of the camera today. But we have breaking news, so I'm here for you. Hit that subscribe button one more time. Let's get into it. All right? Have mercy. I didn't think this was going to happen so soon, y'all. I'm going to be really honest. I didn't expect this to happen as soon as it did. Okay? But very, very interesting information indeed. Sita Jones, thank you so much for Sita Jones on TikTok. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. As a black man who reports on the news myself, I'm thankful for everything you do, my brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. And you know, Milk Duds unite, okay? With our bald ass heads, okay? I appreciate it, my brother. Thank you so much for the support, all right? And keep doing your thing over on that TikTok, all right? Keep reporting the news because we need more brothers out here reporting the doggone news. All right. And sisters. Let's not forget the sisters, too. All right. But let's get into this, guys. We got some breaking news, so let's get into it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just excited because I'm looking at this. I will be looking at this with fresh eyes as well. Okay. I'm going to be looking at this with fresh eyes as well. We got a couple things. I got so many treats for you guys. I'm so excited. And we're going to be watching this and looking through this with fresh eyes as a family. Let's take a look at this article. Police find red on several items in the apartment of the suspected monster BK. You know his name, Bryan Kohberger, Cold Burgers. You guys called him so many different things so far. Search warrant reveals they recovered pillow with reddish stain, along with a black glove and several hairs. Oh, yes, baby. Yes. Not only did he slide, not only did he slid into the DMs, okay, with his subdo, birth and hips. You know what I'm saying? Not only did he do that, but now they found things in his apartment that they were holding on to. And for some odd reason, they released this stuff now. I don't know why. I still don't know why, because, last I checked, it's still January. It ain't March 1st. They said that they were going to possibly relinquish that stuff on the 1st of March. And lo and behold, it's January 18th. Just so you guys know. January 18th. It's hump day, baby. Yeah, I think BK's about to get humped. Horde. Maybe he's the one who got the birth and hips. Moving on. Let's get into the nuts and bolts of this whole thing, okay? Officers discovered several strands of hair, including one which belonged to an animal. Ooh, could that be Murphy? Could it be Murphy the dog's fur? Yes, it could. Remember, I even said it. We talked about it on the show. I said it out loud. I said, wouldn't it be wild if the link is Murphy the dog's fur? So, let's not all get super excited about it quite yet, because I'm sure they haven't done their due diligence. They haven't run the DNA. I'm sure they're in the middle of doing that right now. A lot of scientific guys with test tubes and tweezers and stuff, just with the glasses and just, beakers steaming off in the background and all that. Okay. But look, several strands of hair, including one which belonged to an animal. As much as he thinks he's cleaned his stuff up. Ooh, I beg to differ. Okay? I beg to differ. And I'm just going through the bullets right here, okay? Forensic teams swooped on his property at the Washington State University's campus in Pullman. A black glove, computer tower, and dust from his vacuum were also recovered by authorities. Ain't that a mother lover? Ain't it though? Because as soon as you think you've done everything, you clean up, you're like vacuuming, you're doing all your stuff, you never think about the actual vacuum cleaner itself. Devil's in the details. As our good friend Andrea Burkhart said on the show just a couple days ago, devil is in the details. It's all the way down to the vacuum cleaner, y'all. And then let's not forget his computer tower. God knows what kind of information's on there. Clearly, the information has already come out about him sliding in some DMs. He slid into one of those victims' DMs and said, hey. And he did that several times because that person never responded back. But he's like, well, let me try this again. Hey. Over and over and over again. Crazy, right? But let's continue. Let's get into this article. Obviously, they've been investigating this quadruple tragedy, all right? Pillow covered in red and gloves and suspected in his apartment. Authorities searched the property on the Washington State University's campus in Pullman, just a few miles from the scene after his arrest. A new search warrant reveals that police found several strands, including one animal hair, a black glove, a computer tower, and an item that was a collection of dark red spotting. Like I said, you can clean up as much as you can, but how clean is clean? Okay. They also hauled away a pillow that had a reddish brown stain on it, and the top and bottom of a mattress cover with multiple stains. Now, let's keep it real. With the mattress top, that could be many different things. That could be, you know, body sweat. It could be so many different things. I mean, mattresses, you sleep on that mug every day forever, okay? Until you realize, I need to get a new mattress, right? So anything's possible with the actual mattress, because in my mind, would he actually go and lay in the bed allegedly covered in these 4 victims' DNA, for lack of a better term, covered in red, laying in his bed just excited? That just sounds strange to me. But hey, we've heard stranger stories and crazier situations with other alleged and convicted monsters, right? I mean, Dahmer did some crazy stuff. Okay? Crazy stuff, for sure. So you never know. You never know. We're going to be looking at the items, the paperwork. We do have the paperwork within this search warrant, the items that were listed and all that. So we are going to be looking at that very, very shortly. So stick around. Just giving you guys the nuts and bolts, okay? But as you can see, and I'm going to open up this too. But as you can see, police are coming out. Obviously, this is around the time they've gotten stuff. You know for a fact that they were going to find something, because they got tubs of crap out of his crib. Okay. I mean, you can see they were doing their stuff. Hold on, let me pull this up and blow this up. Okay. But that's some crazy stuff, y'all. And then Murph, good old Murph the dog. Okay. Our homie Murph could be, literally, Murph the dog could literally be the hero. He could be the plug to connect Bryan Kohberger to these 4. That could literally place him in the scene of the crime at the time of these tragedies. Murph could very well be the missing link to this whole doggone thing. See what I did there? Doggone. Pretty wild though, right? And of course, we already know. We've seen these photos before, but we'll go through some of these really quick because there's only a few. And that's about it right there. Let's get back into this article. But as you can see, 5-0 was out there. They're doing their due diligence. I'm telling you, y'all. Shout out to law enforcement for holding it down. Holding it down. They're holding it down, y'all. Let's go. So investigators also collected receipts from Walmart and 2 Marshalls receipts, as well as collecting dust from his vacuum. Again, this vacuum could just destroy everything as well. His Dyson, okay? His Dyson could be the one mucking this whole thing up for him. For real. Crazy, y'all. All right. Authorities initially sealed the search warrant for the M suspect's Washington home, arguing that releasing the details would prematurely end the investigation. I still don't know why. Okay, I still don't know why they initially sealed it, thinking that it was going to prematurely end the investigation. I know a lot of us have been running wild with our theories and thoughts and all that. It could mean so many different things here. Okay, it could be many, many different things here, but nonetheless, boom. Okay, all right. This is what they said at first. However, the document appears to have been unsealed though it is yet to be uploaded to the Idaho court website. So, court documents seen by the New York Times show that 8 strands of hair were recovered from the apartment, as well as a possible animal hair. And obviously, they say in quotations possible because it's loosely. This may be an animal hair, it may not be an animal hair, but if it is animal hair and if it is Murphy's, this is a wrap. His defense team is going to have a very, very hard time trying to prove that he's not at least connected to this situation at all. It's going to be very hard. Okay. Drita 43, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Hi from New York. Thank you. I appreciate it. I enjoy your show so much. No drama and all the details. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much for saying that. I try to have a little bit of fun, and try to give you guys the details, the deets, or spill the tea, or whatever the hell you guys say nowadays. Okay. So authorities reportedly said they wanted to see if any hair had been transferred onto Kohberger and then back to his apartment, including Kaylee's dog, Kaylee and Jack's dog, Murphy, which we all know about Murph, the dog. And again, he could be very much the link, possibly, if this quote-unquote animal hair is there. Okay, and we already seen these photos. Of course, we already know Murphy's dog was found alive inside Kaylee's room by investigators who were called to the scene, and has now been returned to her ex-boyfriend. The application also stated that the student's home had a significant amount of red from the victims, including splatter and cast-off red. Now, I got to use these code words, okay? I'm sorry, but you know what red means, y'all, okay? But if you really think about it, the amount of carnage that happened in these rooms, okay? I have to say it, and I hate it to say it like this, but we have to keep it real. The amount of carnage and the amount of swinging and whatnot you want to put into whatever you want to put into your minds, you have to remember this was a very messy scene. Now, I know we've had one of our good friends, private investigator Jason Jensen, on the show where he has said on the contrary, like, hey, there is other possibilities of a person doing such heinous acts and walking out completely barely even touched with red. But the way that they have been talking about it, the way that they've been alluding to what these horrific scenes were, they're making it sound like this was this was extreme, okay? At least in Madison's room where Maddie and Kaylee were found, and also the knife sheath was found. So if you put that all into consideration, you know for a fact that this monster, if it's Bryan Kohberger or not, walked out with a little bit more than just a little bit of red on him. We have to remember that. Remember, there was red, okay, leaking out the side of the house, y'all, in some of these pictures when we first covered this story. So imagine what these rooms look like, okay? Shoot, I really can't even imagine, okay, how bad it is. But I'm sure it was gruesome. Ain't no way somebody's walking out of that sliding glass door with no red on them, with no splatter on them. That's impossible. So let's continue. Investigators believe that it was likely that the unaliver, the monster, would have had blood evidence on his body or clothing, and hope to find trace evidence in Kohberger's apartment. And of course, we're hearing about these items that they have found. And obviously, he got red on his pillow. They took his mattress. There's other items that had red on it. What, did he just happen to cut his face? on accident during a close shave? I think not. Okay. However, this did not describe the results of any of the testing in the documents and did not confirm if any hairs found matched the victims of Kaylee's dog. They haven't confirmed it yet, so we still have to wait and see. You know for a fact that that's going to come out soon enough. His offices at Washington State University were also searched, but nothing was seized by officers. Initially, the court ruled that the warrant should be sealed until March 1st, claiming that if it were made public, it would be a threat to public safety. That is the second part, of course, that everyone's going, well, why would it be a threat to public safety? That don't make no sense. Why? Right? Now, if the one main thing that people are very concerned about this whole public safety part is, does that mean there's a second person? Could it mean that he had an accomplice? Could it mean that the conversation that I had with Daniel J. from Drunk Turkey Show, where he said that there were 3 figures outside, according to what was said before, allegedly by Dylan at the time. She said that there were three figures and that there was one of the 3 was a creepy looking dude. And that creepy looking dude walked into the house. Now, if that account is real, is 110% real, then I can see why they're sitting here saying they're concerned about it could be a threat to public safety if there's 2 more people out here in these streets. Okay. Oh, wait. Aaron Murphy, I just saw that. Okay. Come on now, Pascal. Those cuts showed up after the arrest. They were not. No. I was just saying, like, could that be the pillow, like, his everyday life, him shaving, that kind of thing? No. I'm not talking about the cuts that were on his face during his status conference hearing. Hell no. Those happened while he was locked up. I'm talking about just the pillow that had red on it and the question of it maybe, his everyday life, he just cut his face shaving type thing in the past and it just stayed on his pillow and he may not have cleaned it up beforehand. That is a possibility, but that is a far-fetched possibility in my personal opinion. I believe that they're going to look at that pillow, they're going to get whatever they can off the threads of that pillow and find out that that is somebody's DNA from inside that house. They're going to link this to Bryan Kohberger without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, period, point blank. Okay, Maritza, thank you so much for the 10. I'm wondering if she saw the knife in his hand as he walked past her, since he didn't have a sheath to put the knife away. That is a very good question. I don't know. She doesn't say that according to the probable cause affidavit. But then again, the affidavit has been redacted. How heavily redacted is it? We don't know, right? So she may have said more that we don't know about yet, okay? But let's continue. So, of course, we already know he appeared in court last week, okay? But has yet to enter a plea for the unalivings of Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan, okay? So, this is the information that we have right now. Obviously, there's going to be more. But I do have some shings. So I want to grab these because, like I said, I've just found out about this. So I wanted to hop on quickly and give you guys, excuse me, and give you guys the information that you need. Okay. But this is a pretty long warrant. But at the very, very end of this is where we get the items, which I'm going to show you guys here in just a second. But this is the warrant in Superior Court in the state of Washington, in and for the county of Whitman. Okay, let me show you guys. As you guys can see. Now, I need you guys to do me a favor. Okay, hit that like button down below. Okay. I'm sure there's other channels that are starting to pop off with this information right now. I don't know who else is, and I'm sure they are. But please hit that. Hit that like button down below. Okay. And of course, do not forget to crush that subscribe button. All right. Because I talk about a lot of things on this channel, not only just true crime, we do pop culture, politics, controversy, and celebrity interviews. So please hit that subscribe button. Be greatly, greatly appreciated. Hit that like button. Let's get it to 1,000 likes, because I'm giving you guys stuff that you guys have been waiting for. So hit that like button, send it past 1,000 likes. A like doesn't cost a thing, all right? It just helps this channel grow. Thank you, all right? So let's get into this. Now, I'm not going to go through 49 pages, y'all. It's 49 pages, okay? So we're not going to go through 49 pages, but we sure as hell going to go through some of the pages indeed. The most important stuff is at the end of this whole thing. Okay, so this is the motion and order to unseal warrant return. Okay, so motion comes now. The state of Washington, by and through Dennis Tracy, Whitman County prosecuting attorney, and moves the court for an order to unseal the return of service and search warrant numbered SW number 1229 2022 A, pursuant to GR 15. So, basis. These warrants were issued and served in Washington state because a suspect in the crimes resided and worked here during the time of the unalivings. Let me make sure that this is a little bit bigger for you guys, okay? So during the time of these unalivings, okay? These warrants and associated applications were sealed due to the sensitive nature of the investigation at the time. Since then, an extensive probable cause affidavit has been unsealed in Latah County, Idaho, which has alleviated the need for sealing of the return of service here in Washington. Okay? Now, obviously, it is ordered that the return of service of search warrant in this matter is hereby unsealed. And that was as of yesterday. Yesterday. Okay? So the judge, Gary Libby, however, okay, signed, gave his thumbs up, his approval, dated yesterday, January 2023. Okay? Just so you guys know. So we're going to get into the thing because we don't need to go through all of this. This is just basically trying to, release this information. Okay? Again, all of this has been given the thumbs up. So let's get down to the meat and potatoes. All right. The moment we've all been waiting for. What are the items that have been seized from the residents at Washington State University? What could they be? So, and there's a couple things. So, one of them, let me just blow this up even more, because I know some of you guys be watching on a very, very small screen sometimes, okay? So here it is. And hi, Taryn. How you doing? Hopefully South Africa's treating you very well. Thank you so much for watching the show. But here it is, okay? Number one nitrate type black glove. And actually, I'm going to look that up here real quick. Nitrite. Nitrite? I have never heard of a nitrite type glove, but we're going to look it up. Nitrile? Maybe it's a nitrile. Nitrile? I don't know. But I'm just pulling this up so you guys can see this. Just so you guys can see this, okay? So, a glove like this. And the question is, Why would he have a glove like this? So a nitrite glove, so there is such thing as a nitrite glove. Interesting, because we got black nitrile right here, right? But nitrite gloves are hospital gloves, just not sterilized. That's actually good to know. Powder free, Empress Infinite said. And of course, Sarah, thank you so much, Sarah, for that comment as well. So it's a powder free surgical, like hospital glove that he had that they found. Okay. 'Tis fine with me. Number 2, one Walmart receipt with one Dickies tag. Okay. So you bought some pants. Okay. Or God knows what he bought. Okay. But the only Dickies I know are pants. But I'm sure they do other things too, obviously. Okay. 3, 2 Marshalls receipts. Well, he could just be frugal. Found some flannel shirts that he liked, right? At a Marshall's. Okay. But then again, he could have gone there to buy some dark clothing, a dark top. God knows what he wore, if it was a hoodie or, allegedly. God knows what the monster wore. Let me correct that. Okay. God knows what the monster wore. It could be Nancy Whitty just said Dickies socks. It could be socks. Yeah. All this stuff could be just things for him to use as items, as clothing to get ready for this unthinkable thing. Okay. So, number 4, dust container from Bissell Power Force vacuum. So, like his Dyson. Okay. So, a regular, good old fashioned vacuum. But it was the container that collects all the stuff, right? All the muck. So they grabbed that. And the vacuum cleaner, or the container that's in the vacuum cleaner, could have, this could pin him with everything. Number 5, 8 possible hair strands. Now, that could be anything. Again, that could be his own hair. That could be a hair of a girl that he had over one night. It could be anything. But then again, they still have the hair. Number 6, 1 Fire TV stick. Oh, so it's a Fire Stick. So he had a Fire Stick with a cord and plug. Or a cord plug. But I keep wondering, why his Fire Stick? See, Annalise Michelle just said, OMG, the Fire Stick is going to get him. For what, though? How? That's what I'd like to know. How would that get him in deep, deep trouble? The Fire Stick. That's what I'd like to know. Okay. That sound like the defense lawyer. Hell no. His Vine, his 2-second lawyer. Hell no. Giovanna. I'm just playing. I just got to play both sides of the fence as much as I can. Okay. Cedar Jones said, if his Fire Stick is jailbroken, he could be searching stuff on it. That could be it too. Sure. But what is he looking up on his Fire Stick? Right? What would he be looking up on his Fire Stick that he couldn't just go onto his computer or his phone and just go clickety clack? You see what I'm saying? Or at least Bluetooth his phone to the screen of his TV so that he can just see bigger pictures of who he's sliding in the DMs. You know what I'm saying? If he's obsessing over one of the victims, you see what I'm saying? I'm just asking, okay? But it is interesting, though. Okay? Yeah, or watching really crazy twisted corn. It's not corn, but you know what I mean. It rhymes with corn. Yeah. So, some very, very spicy videos. Okay? But that's interesting. I wonder why a Fire Stick would automatically mean like we just heard from from someone just a second ago saying, oh, snap. Annalise just said, oh, snap. It's a wrap, son. I don't know what that... I know Fire Sticks, you can jailbreak them. You can do all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? But I am wondering about that for sure. Annalise just said it again, or just commented again. You can watch anything. I don't know what it would be. I don't know what it would be evidence-wise. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, unless he's sitting there watching... Unless he's out there watching Yellowstone for free, and they're like, "Oh, damn, got him for doing that." You know what I mean? He jailbroken. He's watching every single show on the free 9s and 9s right now. You know what I mean? Maybe, but I don't know. Let's move on. One possible animal hair strand. Okay, which of course could very well be Murphy, and Murphy could be the plug. He could be the link to show that he was literally in that house during the time of these unalivings, right? That can bring him in and bring the possibility even closer. It narrows down the possibility of reasonable doubt. It thins that possibility down even more, okay? Which I think would be amazing if they're able to say that hair strand is Murphy the dog. That would be amazing. Number 8, one possible hair. 9, one possible hair. 10, one possible hair. 11, one possible hair strand. Number 12, one computer tower. And a computer tower says everything. A computer tower says everything. And his cell phone, too. His cell phone would say everything, too. For sure. Okay? And this says 12A, B, and C. So let's get this, okay? So A, one collection of dark red spot collected without testing. So they haven't confirmed nor denied anything about if there's a connection with this dark red spot or not. So we'll see. B, 2 cuttings from uncased pillow of reddish/brown stain. Larger stain tested. Okay. So they have run something with that. C, 2 top and bottom mattress cover packaged separately, both labeled C, multiple stains, 1 tested. Now they've only tested 1. Now, does that mean that they don't have enough from the other things? Because remember, let's be real. A said 1 collection of dark red spot collected without testing. Does that mean that the collection of the dark red spot, that maybe it's damaged and it can't be tested? And maybe that's why it hasn't been tested? Or they just haven't gotten to it yet, right? That could be it too. Like that may be it. Maybe, right? Then 2 cuttings from uncased pillow of reddish/brown stain, larger stain tested. So maybe they were able to salvage something out of that, right? Maybe they're able to grab something out of that stain. So they're testing that right now as we speak. Hopefully we will get some answers very, very soon on this, right? But then 2 top and bottom mattress cover packaged separately, both labeled C, multiple stains, 1 stain has been tested. Okay? So maybe they just have tested that and they just haven't gotten to the rest yet. That could mean so many different things, y'all. So many different things. Okay? And again, of course, this is all just being signed by the prosecutor, just by the people. So, the meat and potatoes of it all, the very broad strokes of this are as follows. We got a black glove. We got a receipt that has a Dickies purchase on there. We have 2 Marshall's receipts. We got a dust container from a vacuum, okay? Not a Dyson. He ain't that fancy. Just a Bissell. No offense. Bissells are fire. They are workhorses. No disrespect. All right. But vacuum cleaner dust container, 8 hair strands. But see, that's the thing. 8 possible hair strands, and then there's a bunch of them later on. So I'm wondering what's up with that. Okay, but 1 fire stick, a possible animal hair strand. 1, 2, 3, 4 other possible hair strands. A computer tower, a collection of dark red spots that have not been tested yet. Cuttings from a pillowcase with a reddish brown stain. So 2 of those have stains on them. One has the larger stain has been tested. Okay, the other one has not. 2 top and bottom mattress covers, packaged separately, with multiple stains, and one of the multiple stains has been tested. Again, those are the pieces that we have so far. Breaking news for all y'all who are late to the party. Breaking news. The search warrant has been released, and I'm super surprised. Okay? Super surprised. In fact, someone get me, yes, dank dragon 62. Yo, someone connect me with the lawyer you know. I would love to get him on the show and to talk about this. Big time, okay? Big time. All right? But again, it has been released. The information's out here. I'm surprised just as much as anybody else right now, because I was in, like I said, I was in chill mode, eating good, chilling. And then all of a sudden this dropped, like Drizzy dropped. Okay, kaboosh, and my mind is blown. So I'm like, wow, they said F it, let it out, baby, let it out. So nuts and board. Thank you so much for the nuts and board. Are we all just a little bit? Anyway, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. Dickies, I think, also make mechanic type of overalls. Plus, maybe he hid weapon between mattresses. So they tested the covers. Good point. Good point. He may have used that to hide it. Okay. That's a good point. Nur, I love you, girl. I just love you. Girl. Yeah, no, but sure, bam. But yeah, guys, this is still extremely surprising for me. Very breaking news as well. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else, any more information here too, because like I said, I just found out about this just as much as anybody else. Read the article that I read to you guys first, and then I got obviously the paperwork that I just showed you guys, and then I said, oh my damn, like now I need to jump on here and talk to you guys about it. But let me see if there's anything. No people are out here talking. Yeah, as of 30 minutes ago. Another thing, bang. They're just like, hey, it has been, and this was 30 minutes ago. Bang. Kohberger's search warrants unsealed. Okay. So they unsealed the warrants from the office and apartment of University of Idaho stabbings. Suspect Bryan Kohberger. A search for his, let me get this, guys. Bigger for you guys. Search for his office in the school's Department of Criminal Justice Criminology turned up nothing, according to the filings, but police find hair samples, fabric with dark red stains, and a single black glove and other evidence in his apartment. I'm telling you right now, if this is not any way, shape, or form, any of the red that they found, the red on the items and all that, if that is not connected to this, then I don't know what the hell that is. And they should look into that and see if that's, maybe he did something else. And maybe there is somebody else out here that's missing. I'm just being real. You just never, ever know, right? But it seems like this is very messy. Again, we've talked about this before, but I'm going to say it again. You got somebody out here who's calling him brilliant. You got people out here saying, oh, he was so brilliant. Such intelligence from this young lad. And then he does the stupidest things. He does very big, broad, stupid things. He has pillowcases covered in red, mattress covers covered in red. He left behind a black glove that could be connected to this whole thing. Receipts, because you know everybody loves them receipts. He left receipts, which we don't even know what the items are on the receipts. And you never know what those receipts are. Let's keep it reals. Okay? All that stuff. This is a very dumb dude. Like I called him before. He's a brilliant idiot from what everybody says. For someone who's been doing so much studying, obsessing, fantasizing, all this stuff. You know, everybody's done their own breakdown of his psyche, who he is, snow vision, or whatever the heck it is, et cetera, so on and so forth. Things from his past that he's, put up on social media, talking about certain things, showing that he has no remorse, no feelings, no emotions whatsoever. All these things. And on top of that, people's other teachers and other students saying, well, he was a really brilliant guy and he loved to let people know how brilliant he was. But then at the same time, he's still doing, if this stuff is really his, and this stuff is really connected to this tragedy, this is a very stupid, smart guy who did not fully think out everything. Because you know for a fact the devil's in the details. And for someone who is getting a PhD in criminology, criminal justice, all this stuff, who is allegedly obsessing over these past criminals, past monsters that are known for doing unthinkable things, BTK, the BTK, to Jeff D, to Ted B, all those guys. And they're getting him off of a dog's fur, possibly, and a receipt from Walmart. Make sure I got that right. Yeah, a receipt from bloody Walmart. Right there. That's ridiculous, y'all. But I digress. Let's continue. The warrants were initially sealed. Okay, we already know about this, but now they have been released. Okay. But a Washington judge ordered the release of redacted versions of the documents Wednesday. Today. So this is still redacted. What else do they have? What the hell? So, newly unveiled filings. Investigators described previously undisclosed evidence, including red, DNA, shoes with diamond patterned soles, and data compilations of information about the victims and the King Road house where they were unalived. He is charged with 4 counts of first-degree M, another for felony burglary after allegedly sneaking into a 6-bedroom house near the University of Idaho. Yeah. So let's go back. I know I went through very, very broad strokes, through this, but it is 49 pages of a lot of jargon. But I'm curious to see what information that they have in here as well. Interesting. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm looking back because, again, it's multiple pages, love. Okay. Let's see. I'll come back to page 19 or this page 35. Again, lots of pages. Let's see. I will get that super chat in just a minute. Just going through this really quick. I'm definitely going to have to read through this a little bit more. But says on the evening, just based on numerous interviews conducted by MPD officers, ISP detectives, and FBI agents, as well as my review of evidence, I have learned the following. On the evening of November 12th, 2022, Chapin and Kernodle are seen by BF at the Sigma. We already know about this. All right, we already know about the local, about Kaylee and Maddie going to the local bar, and going to the grub truck. To me, this is part of the affidavit. This is part of the probable cause affidavit, which, of course, we've gone into great detail over. So I'm going to scrub through this because this is all. Yep, that's all of that. So let's get down to 35. Let's see what this says. Yep. This all looks very familiar, y'all. This is the probable cause. Literally, they just took pages from the whole probable cause affidavit and put it into here. Indefinite periods of time after the communication originally took place, even if it was deleted by the user, information deleted by the user may be recovered by a forensic examiner throughout the working lifespan of the device. Digital data can be found in numerous locations and formats. Evidence can be embedded into unlikely files for the type of evidence, such as a photo included in a document or converted into a PDF file or format in an effort to conceal their existence. Information on devices and media can be stored in random order with deceptive file names hidden from normal view, encrypted or password protected, and stored on unusual devices for the type of data such as routers, printers, scanners, game consoles, and other devices that are similarly capable of storing digital data. So that could very well be the Fire Stick. The reason why they got the Fire Stick, because he may be storing information. He may have been sending information over there to hide his stuff. I've never used a Fire Stick in my life. I don't know really much about the Fire Stick, but maybe you can do that. Can you do that? Can you send digital files or, small files, let's just say JPEGs and maybe documents to a Fire Stick? I'm curious. Somebody let me know because I'd love to know that too. That's very interesting. And I'm going to continue with this really, really quick. But Kookie Cat, thank you so much for the £5. Hi from Northern Ireland. Hey, thank you so much. Why is there 1.8K watching but less than 500 likes? Well, it's gone up. It's almost at 900 likes right now. So maybe what you said inspired people to get off their butts and hit that like button. So Kooky Cat, thank you. You're so kooky. You're crazy. You're crazy, Kooky Cat. Thank you so much. Guys, yes, hit that like button. Send it past 1K. That would really, really mean a lot. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, baby. All right? And share this feed. Let people know. Okay? And also you other true crime content creators, let the other true crime content creators know that this information is out, because I'm sure that they want to know. All right. I'm sure some of them are busy doing other things as well, but I'm sure that they're going to want to bring this up and talk about it on their shows as well. Okay. Mecca Shay, thank you so much for the 5. Hey, from Georgia, let's get these thumbs up. Let's get these likes up. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mecca. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay? So let's get back into this, okay? Like I said, a good portion of this is already part of the probable cause affidavit, at least the information that we saw many, many pages before, okay? So this is now some new information, okay? Wholly apart from user-generated files and data, digital devices and media typically store, often without any conscious action by the user. Electronic evidence pertaining to virtually all actions taken on the digital device, and often information about the geographic location at which the device was turned on and or used. This data includes logs of device use, records of the creation, modification, deletion, and or sending of files, and uses of the internet, such as uses of social media websites and internet searches / browsing. So they can literally look at this anytime he's opened up something and maybe be able to pin him in certain areas if he was Googling or using some sort of app like IG, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, the major hits. Okay. It's very interesting though. Device generated data also includes information regarding the user identity at any particular date and time, usage logs, and information pertaining to the physical location of the device over time, pointers to outside storage locations such as cloud storage, or devices to which data may have been removed, and information about how that offsite storage is being used. If the device is synced with other devices, it will retain a record of that action. Digital device users typically do not erase or delete this evidence. Because special software or use of special settings are usually required for the task. However, it's technically possible to delete this information, and that's only if Bryan knows exactly what the hell he's doing with his phone. He clearly knew to turn it off before he left, or as he was leaving, but that's very dumb still. He should have just left his phone on and left it at home, got into the car and kicked rocks. That's what he should have done, but he didn't. Okay. CAG Walk, thank you so much for the 5. I believe they have enough for a conviction, and more will come. And more will come out, I am sure. I agree. I mean, obviously, if they get the red, the stains and all that, and they're able to say, this is Ethan's DNA, this is Xana's DNA, shoot, the fur, this possible hair that they found that they think is a strand of hair from an animal, if they find out that is Murphy, it's a wrap. It's done. It's done. And again, and I'm going to blow myself up again, because this is all about the devil is in the details. And he did not look at the details, apparently. He overlooked certain details. Like, let's just be real. How about his mother-loving vacuum cleaner? Just because you dump it out does not mean it's all out. He didn't do a thorough cleaning of it, or at least throw that mug away and buy a new vacuum cleaner. Okay? Like I said, devil is in the details, baby. Nikisha Moses, thank you so much for the 10. Thank you, Pascal, for bringing light to an extremely tragic situation. Even though you joke, you do it with grace and remain respectful to the gravity of the situation. Birth and hips. Yep. I'm just saying. We just heard yesterday, okay? Last night we talked about it. We just heard yesterday. He was sliding in somebody's DMs and saying, "What's up?" So there is a connection already. And of course, we showed attorneys saying, no, the kids didn't know them. And the kids did not know him at all, but he for sure knew them. So much that he was trying to say, "What up, though?" That says a lot. Just saying. Birth and hips, indeed. Okay. Digital devices can also reveal clues to other locations at which evidence may be found. For example, digital devices often maintain logs of connected digital or remote storage devices. A scanner or printer may store information that would identify the digital device with which it was used. Forensic examination of the device can often reveal those other locations where evidence may be present. So if he was like in the house, his phone was off at the time, but if he had been in there before, let's just be real, he may have, we already talked about the web, his Wi-Fi or his phone connecting to the Wi-Fi and all that. He may have connected to other devices as well, just by being inside that house with his phone on. And you got to remember, you just never know how many times he has been in that place. They have said that he allegedly was around that place 12 separate times. You're telling me he didn't try to walk a little bit too close to the house? You can't tell me he was a lurker, that he was a little peeping Tom? Okay? Just saying. There's a lot of questions here. A lot of questions that will most likely be answered very, very soon. Now that they just put this stuff out, man, they are trying to wrap this thing up. They are trying to nip this doggone thing in the bud and get this dude's ass. Real talk. They're like, F it. Who are we trying to protect now? He's behind bars. And if he's the only guy, then shoot, release the hounds. Right? So, as other types of evidence, the context, location, and data surrounding information in the device data is often necessary to understand whether evidence falls within the scope of the warrant. This type of information will be important to the forensic examiner's ability to piece together and recognize evidence of the above listed crimes, like breaking in, the unaliving, the M's, etc. Let me blow this up a little bit more, although that kind of messes up my flow. Okay. Digital device programs frequently require passwords, phrases, codes, patterns, fingerprints, and or usernames to operate. Those may be kept inside a device / media, or outside in some other area known to the user. So, in addition to searching a digital device and media for evidence for the above listed crimes, investigators will need to search both premises both the premises searched and the digital devices for this information. The forensic examiner may also need the following items in order to conduct a thorough and accurate search of the items: computer hardware, software, peripherals, internal or external storage devices like external hard drives, power supplies, cables, internet connection, and use information, security devices, software, manuals, and related material. Modern digital devices and media can contain many gigabytes and even terabytes of data. Due to the potential for an extremely large volume of data contained in devices and media, and hold on, and that fact. Let me just make this smaller. Sorry, guys. And that fact that evidence can be stored / located in unanticipated locations or formats and or embedded in other items stored on the device / media. Investigators typically need to use specialized equipment for their search. Such large volumes of data also mean that searches can take days or even weeks to complete. So I'm sure they've been working on this diligently, okay? For these reasons, I request authority to remove the search location all digital devices and media that could contain evidence authorized for seizure under the warrant for subsequent search. And that makes absolute sense because you never ever know, okay? You never ever know, y'all, what he could be searching, looking up. He could be as dumb as Brian Deterred. Okay? He could literally be as dumb as Brian Deterred and Googling or has Googled in the past how to properly lurk. You never know. How to get rid of a knife. What chemicals do you need to use to get rid of blood, for example? And yes, you can't really use that word very often, guys. So I have to flip-flop between red and that too. Code words, unfortunately, guys. Okay? But imagine if he was doing all these things in the past, he's got to go and search these somewhere, right? At some point. And if this is something that he's been planning for weeks, months, a whole year, if not, now they have to go through all of that stuff just to see if there's anything strange going on in his research. Now, the only argument I can see here, okay? The only pushback is this. Some people are going to sit here and say, and his defense is going to sit here and say this too. Well, what are you talking about? He is a criminal. He's getting his PhD. He's getting his doctorate in criminology and criminal justice. You're telling me he ain't never Googled something like that before? As he's doing research papers, he's looking things up, he's studying other criminals, so on and so forth. So they're going to use that as an excuse, or they're going to use that as part of their argument and their narrative. He is a student. Of course, he's putting this stuff up. You know for a fact he's going to be on this stuff. Like, you see what I'm saying? You know for a fact he's going to be looking those things up to a certain extent on his own free time. Now, sure, he'll be looking that stuff up, but it's also the other part. If there's any strange information, strange data, photos, etc., that he's tried to delete, they just said you can delete something, but it may not be gone forever. We can find it. We can definitely find a way to get it. As much as you sit here and say, "Oh, it's gone," you delete something on your phone. They're saying, "Hey, we got a team that can bring that back. Don't worry, we can get that back." So let's just say he's taking random lurking, disturbing photos in the background of Madison or Kaylee or any of them. And he's just doing some random lurking photos, just being disturbing as hell. And they are able to dig that stuff out and show that. That can show us, that can give us more reason to believe that there is a link, that there is connection here, y'all. In other words, no matter what, BK is in serious trouble. Now, I know LeBar came out and was like, well, it's circumstantial evidence and all that stuff. Sure. The defense, I'm sure, is going to have a great time trying to poke Swiss cheese holes into the prosecution's argument. But as they start to get more information, as we start to hear more, these holes are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And I'm telling you, it's all about what the hair says, the strands of hair that they have, the animal fur that they have in their possession, and those pillowcases and those mattress covers, what they are going to be saying, what narrative is going to be said in those, because they all have a story to tell now. Is it the same story that we're all looking at, or is it something completely different? Only time will tell. Counselor Kia, thank you so much for being a member for the past seven months. She has a family membership question. She says, I'm a bit late, but I'm so confused. What happened to the gag order? Within the gag order, that's within the actual trial. But the judge can release this information. The thing is, though, they were going to release this on the 1st of March, and then they decided not to do that. So the judge waived it, signed the release, and said, let it all out. So now we have that information. But when it comes to the actual trial, that just means that anybody that's involved in the case, the cops, prosecution, the defense, etc., all those people who are in the case cannot actually go out and talk out loud about it. That's the only reason why that gag order even exists. But they were sealed. They had this search warrant sealed, and the items that were that were found within this search warrant, they had all that sealed. The only thing they did was release it. Okay? That's all they did. Misty Fisher, thank you so much for the 10. All right. Pascal, I truly believe BK had previously been in the home while they were all asleep. That's how he knew which bedroom belonged to each roommate and other information needed to accomplish this so quickly. I think so, too. I mean, obviously, if he had connected to the Wi-Fi with his phone, that means he was in there with his phone on, probably on vibrate or on silent, but his phone was on, allegedly, and his phone connected with the Wi-Fi. So he had been there at, maybe first time, because apparently he had been around that area 12 separate times, allegedly lurking on these kids 12 separate times. So what are the chances of first time he's 50 yards away, just looking at the house? By the 6th time he's there, he's looking inside. It's graduated, right? He's gotten closer and closer and closer to the point where the 12th time he's there, he knows, okay, I can walk in here without any issues. No one's going to hear me on a weekend because they're all passed out drunk. And I can lurk around and see what I can actually do and what I can't do. And maybe I can walk out of here unscathed, unseen. And it sounds like he did, maybe. And he was successful. But while he did that, his phone connected to the Wi-Fi. Hence the reason why they are looking at the print, why they're talking about devices connecting to his phone, so on and so forth, like printers and all that stuff, right? Because, you ever been at a friend's house and say, randomly you're opening up your phone and it says, hey, do you want to join this Wi-Fi? Or say you are trying to send a photo to a friend and you're at your friend's house, and it shows the options to print. Sometimes you'll see on there the printer of that person's house. It'd be like a Photo Smart or Epson or HP. You see what I'm saying? But you don't click on it, but it's letting you know that it's there if you need a document over real quick to get printed at their house. So that's basically what they're trying to say. Like, these devices can tell a whole new dialogue that is absolutely mind-blowing. Again, the cell phone could screw him up big time. Could put him at the house, at least. Not at the scene of the crime, but at least inside that house. And that's crazy. Okay? They're saying, hey, y'all, fellas, if you're trying to delete photos, you better hope your lady, ain't a forensic specialist. She'll find a way to get those old photos back. I'm just saying. Careful, y'all. Some crazy stuff out here. All right. So, evidence from other accounts associated with the device, including email addresses, social media accounts, messaging app accounts like IG, where he's like, "Sup, doe, birthing hips," right? And other accounts may be accessed through the digital device that will aid in determining the processor slash user of the device. Photographs, images, videos, documents, and related data created, accessed, read, modified, received, stored, sent, moved, deleted, or otherwise manipulated between the above dates. Crazy. So you talk about everything from the data range or everything from the date range between August 21st to 12 p.m., almost 12 p.m. on November 14th. This is the information that they want. Okay? So everything, because you saw yesterday, we talked about it last night. He slid into somebody's DMs. Slid. All right? Evidence of use of the device to conduct internet searches relating to a review of other unalivings or violent assaults, stabbing, or cutting of people, as well as how to avoid detection after the commission of such crimes. Remember what I said about him maybe going into the Google and saying, "Hey, how to dismember," like Brian Deterred, one of the dumbest monsters you could ever think of. Even though he's still pleading not guilty right now, in my personal opinion, him guilty. Okay, Brian Deterred, be guilty. All right, but he Googled. He had the audacity to actually Google. So they're asking from way back in August all the way up to the day after of this tragedy for information, because he could have been looking up things like how to go along and how to get away with this. Basically, Annalise Keating, okay? How to get away with M, okay? Real talk. Hold on one second. I gotta... Marlene RN, welcome to the family. Welcome. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the family. Thank you so much for joining our family membership. It really does mean a lot. And just like Marlene RN, you could do the same thing. If you're interested in supporting this channel, by all means, hit that join button down below. Support the channel. All right. Just by hitting that join button, it does help. The channel helps me keep these lights on and keep giving you guys that hot fire. Okay. So that would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Just consider it. All right. No pressure. And you know what? I will pin that to the top. Thank you, Nur. I appreciate you, girl. I appreciate it. All right. So now the join membership is pinned to the top of the chat right now. Okay. But again, he could have been looking this stuff up, being like, "Hey, how can I get away with, how can I pull an Annalise Keating?" Okay. So I'll go back to that. Review of other M's, assault, stabbings, and cutting of people, as well as how to avoid detection after the commission of such crimes. Details of 1122 King Road House, its location, neighborhood, and or information about one or more of the victims, which include Ethan, Kaylee, Xana, Madison, BF, and DM too. Because you can't forget, they were also living in that house too. You don't think he was doing his due diligence, possibly looking these things up and saying, "What up, though?" Okay. Roxanne, I want to say thank you, Roxanne, for the Cash App. That really does mean a lot. Thank you so much. She said, "Thank you for the breaking news." And no, thank you so much for the Cash App. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so, so very much. That really does mean a lot. All right, let's continue. Information. All right. Information that can be used to calculate the position of the device between the above dates, including location data, GPS satellite data, GPS coordinates for routes, and destination queries between the above listed dates, app data or usage information, and related location information. IP logs, or similar internet connection information, and images created, accessed, or modified between the above listed dates, together with their metadata and EXIF tags. I don't know what that is, but maybe you guys out there that are more digitally savvy will let me know what that means in a, maybe you guys can talk about that. Excuse me, in the chat. All right, because I don't know what that is. Evidence of the identity of the person in possession of the device on or about any times that items of evidentiary value located pursuant to this warrant were created, modified, accessed, or otherwise manipulated. Such evidence may be found in digital communications, photos, and video and associated metadata, IP logs, documents, social media activity, and similar data. So, based on ISP investigators' view of the apartment on December 27th of last year, December 27th, 2022, I know that 1630 Northeast Valley Road is a 3-story, multiple occupancy apartment building in Pullman, Washington, which is tan and white in color. Apartment G201 is located on the northeast corner of the second story of this building. The door to G201 is located on the east side of the second story landing and is designated by the numbers 201 on the door. The door is white with a swinging screen swinging screen door on the outside of the main door to the residence. Kohberger has been identified as the occupant of this apartment on leasing documents obtained via subpoena as part of this investigation. Investigators have been informed via the postal inspector that BK is the only person receiving mail at this particular apartment. This leads investigators to believe he is the sole occupant, obviously. Based on the above information, I can conclude that there is a probability that BK committed the 4 unalivings at King Road residence. I have probable cause to believe evidence of the crimes committed at King Road residence will be found at BK's residence located at 1630 Northeast Valley Road at his apartment G201 in Pullman, Washington. I have probable cause to believe that BK committed the crimes of M in first degree, all right, and in 4 counts, and burglary, all felonies. Mr. Kohberger has been charged with the above offenses in Latah County, Idaho. Based on all the information above, I am seeking a search warrant for the Kohberger residence to search for, and there's a couple of things. Let's look at this. 1, blood or other bodily fluid or human tissue or skin cells or items with blood or other bodily fluid or human tissue or skin cells on these items. Knives, sheaths, or other sharp tools, including any dagger, dirk, or sword, and any written I don't know what that is, indicia of, I'm assuming indication of ownership of same, including sale receipts, like Walmart or Marshall's. Although I don't think Marshall's sells knives like that, right? Not a K-bar, right? Any images, whether digital or on paper or any other format, which show Ethan, Kaylee, Xana, Madison, BF or DM, and or the house at 1122 King Road, and or the surrounding neighborhood. Clothing, including but not limited to dark shirts, dark pants, masks, shoes with diamond pattern sole. trace evidence, including DNA from blood or skin cells or other source, footprints, fingerprints, hair, whether human or animal/dog, data compilations, whether digital/electronic or on paper or other format, showing an interest in or planning of unaliving, violent stabbing or cutting of people, and data compilations showing details of the 1122 King Road house, its location, and or any information about Ethan, Kaylee, Xana, Madison, BF, and or DM, and data compilations showing the location of Bryan Kohberger, the cell phone with the number, which you see right there, 509-592-8458 on November 13th, 2022, including Wi-Fi logs and data or metadata associated with photos, social media posts, or applications on cell phones or computer towers/laptops/tablets as example, but not extended to not intended to be an exclusive list of data compilations being sought. Ledgers, papers, lists, books, notes, letters. Oh, ledgers. Sorry. So ledgers, papers, lists, books, notes, letters, calendars, address books, contact lists, diaries, tapes, photographs, videos, emails, text messages, social media posts/messages, and metadata associated therewith. Electronic/digital devices and or digital storage devices which may contain any of the above data compilations, including cell phone, computer towers, laptops, tablets, external hard drives, CD/DVD/thumb drives, or other data storage devices. This includes any device which may contain evidence of other accounts associated with this device, including email addresses, social media accounts, messaging apps accounts, and other accounts that may be accessed through the digital device that will aid in determining the processor/user of this device. Of course, photographs, images, videos, documents, and related data created, assessed, read, modified, received, stored, sent, moved, deleted, or otherwise manipulated between the above dates. Evidence of use of the device to conduct internet searches relating to a review of other unalivings or violent stabbings or the cutting of people, as well as how to avoid detection, which we already know about that. Details of that house, its location, the neighborhood, and or information about one or more of the victims. Information can be used to calculate the position of the device between the above dates, including location data, GPS satellite data, GPS coordinates for routes and destination queries between the above listed dates, app data for usage information and related location information, IP logs or similar internet connection information, and images created, accessed, or modified between the above listed dates, together with their metadata. And we already know about this. I don't know what this EXIF tags is. But as you can see, I mean, they're basically saying, like, we are looking for everything and anything. All right? We're looking for everything and anything that we can to get this guy, right? So we need as much as we can. And a lot of it's going to be, or a lot of it in this, at least so far, has been very cell phone and electronic heavy. And this is the kind of world we live in now, right? We live in this kind of world now where a lot of it is, you can catch a guy because of the stuff that he's maybe Googling, the stuff that he's maybe looking up, the location in which he is, like cell phone tower pings and stuff like that. So they're just trying to get as much as they can to really get this dude, okay, and really stick it to this guy, making sure that this really, really gets him, right? So, I mean, a lot of this is cellular data and all that. So I'm going to see if there's anything else. Okay. Okay. So they also said, it is common for individuals to keep. So they're talking about Bryan Kohberger, but they're saying it is common for individuals to keep documents, records, and information of the type described above in their office. And Kohberger's office is the other location identified where this evidence could be found. Based off of the WSU website, Kohberger's office is inside the Wilson Short Hall. They, of course, give the address. All right. He has been confirmed as one of the students that utilizes this office. On December 29th, the investigators visited the office. Kohberger's name, it was, and Kohberger's name in on the outside. So I guess his name was on something, I guess. Hold on. Okay. So based on that above information, I'm also seeking a search warrant for his office at Washington State University's campus. It is common for individuals to keep documents, records, and information of the type described above in their office, and Kohberger's office is the other location identified where this evidence could be found. And then, of course, I declare under penalty of perjury pursuant to the laws of these states of Idaho, Washington, and Pennsylvania that the foregoing is true and correct. And then, of course, it was signed. And of course, now we've already seen all this here, but but it is so interesting, right? Again, these are the items that were taken. Okay, these are all the items that were taken. All right, it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. All the things that they found, and just on that piece that I read to you guys, or that big old chunk, okay, that I read to you guys, and that was just on the digital side of things. Why they were asking for the tower, and maybe why they were getting the Fire Stick, right? They're looking at all those things because they're trying to get this information, is get as much as they can, see if there was anything stored on those other things. I'm sure, other than just and this, of course, is still redacted, by the way. So this is not fully. This is more. There's more than just 49 pages of this stuff. But I'm sure they have more than just a computer tower. I'm sure they got as many hard drives, external hard drives, you name it, thumb drives, etc. that they have. I mean, obviously they said it above. Just everything and anything they can get so that they can stick these charges to this guy. And of course, everything they can to prove that he was literally at this place at the time of this crime. It is very, very crazy, guys. All right. How this all has transpired. And I'm surprised that they came out with this so quickly as well. I'm still shocked just as much as anybody else right now. Absolutely shocked. Okay. Abby, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you. Thank you. I really do appreciate your support. Cadith for peace, I guess. Thank you so much for the 20 DKK. I appreciate it. Ordered merch last week. When will it be sent? Should be on its way very soon. There was a little bit of a slowdown on some of our orders because of material that we were waiting to get shipped in. But now things are coming out, so you should be getting it very, 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 very soon. So I appreciate your support. Thank you so, so very much. And while I'm here, I'm not making stuff. So, so I appreciate you, understanding, and I appreciate your patience. I thought there was another members thing, unless I was wrong. Hold on, guys. Nope, I was wrong. Okay. So yeah, guys, as you can see, there is a lot that they have. And I'm really, really glad that we got to see this together as a family, because for a fact there's a lot. I mean, of course, I'm going to be looking at the rest of the paperwork here, but a lot of this here is it's a lot of jargon. Okay? There's a lot of jargon. Okay? So, and like I was repeating things like 15 different times, but just in different ways. Okay? Clearly they're trying to get some more stuff. Again, they're trying to do everything they can. Okay, Kate. Oh, okay, Kate. All right, Kate. Sorry about that, Kate. Appreciate it. Thank you for the correction. But there is, again, so much that's going on in here, and I feel like a lot of it is kind of regurgitated and made, you see what I'm saying, to be rephrased again and again and again. A lot of legal jargon. I mean, I'm just looking at just this page alone right now, and I mean, it's just the same stuff about GPS and data and app data and all that stuff. And I understand this is all important, extremely important stuff, because they're trying to show that not only that this man was in the area and in that house, right? But they're also trying to show that there's a history here, that he has a history of following these girls or one of the girls around. He was sliding into the DMs, okay? Trying to show that there is a narrative, right? That there is a history of him following one or some of these girls before these tragic things happened. That's just on the data that they're trying to get. Then when you get down to the bottom of it, literally, and you see the list, this laundry list of things that they got, okay? You see the laundry list of things that they got. To me, this is the part where they're saying we are trying to show the end of the narrative, the end of this storyline. He watched them for a while. He was a lurker. We have GPS. We have social media data. We have all this stuff from his phone, maybe deleted photos of him doing creep shots, God knows what, right? Showing proof positive that he had his eyes set on these girls for a while, or at least one of these girls for a while. And then one tragic night, he walks in, he does what he does. So now this part is showing the end, showing, hey, he was in the area. He did what was done, because we have reddish brown stains. We have stains on multiple things. Not everything has been tested yet. We're about to do those things as well. We have receipts. We have hair. And we got a vacuum cleaner that hasn't even been combed through yet, which I'm sure will have even more hair from one of these victims. At least we're all hoping that is it. And Anna Moy just said this. So revenge? I don't know if it was revenge. It may have been revenge. It may not have been revenge. That's one piece that we still have to wait and find out. I have no idea. We don't have any idea yet. But that's exactly the type of narrative and type of story that they are trying to construct right now. They are trying to build the case, number one, but most importantly, too, they're trying to build the story. They're trying to get all these puzzles together and try to get them all to fit so that they actually have a story. And the prosecution has a story and a narrative and an argument to present to this jury. And also to really thin down room, make that really, really small for that reasonable doubt. That's exactly what it looks like so far with all this. But it is pretty amazing, the information that they have, the items that they have too. And of course, again, this man is innocent until proven guilty. Unfortunately, within a court of law, this is a man that is innocent until proven guilty. And even so, even when we look at this footage, this information here with the hair and the animal hair and the fire stick and the dust container from the vacuum and the reddish brown stains that are on his pillows and his mattress covers, does not automatically mean that those are read from those students. So we still have to wait, sit back, and see what the heck is going on. We got to let 5-0 continue to do their due diligence, continue to let them do their testing, and see if they really can pin this on this guy. If the DNA, if the tests come back and they show that there is a connection, it's a wrap, son. It's a wrap for Bryan Kohberger. And the defense is going to have a field day. They're going to have not a field day. They're going to have a hard time trying to prove reasonable doubt if any of those items are connected to any of those kids from that house. And let's not forget the animal hair. If it's Murphy's, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. If it's Murphy's hair, it's a wrap. Real talk. But then again, you could still argue reasonable doubt even on that. But we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It really means a lot. All right? Because I know there's some people out here with the naysayers and the people who are sitting here going, him innocent. He's so innocent. Why? Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. If they run those tests and it all comes back pointing and saying that DNA was Kaylee that pinned him, or that dog hair or that hair was a dog and his name is Murphy, man, it's a wrap. Him walking is going to be a little bit harder. I'll just say that, okay? Because we got to look on the other side of the fence for some of the people who do not believe that he is guilty, okay? So let's see what the tests come back saying, okay? Because the tests are going to tell us a new narrative for sure, or it'll just confirm things even more. So we'll see what happens here, okay? So I appreciate all y'all for being here. You guys have been amazing. All right. Please go and check out my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. I've been putting out clips on that channel. Be great to have your support over there as well. So hit that subscribe button over there. It's called The Pascal Show Clips. All right. Go and check it out. I'd appreciate it. And if you haven't done it here, please go hit that like button. Okay. That would mean a lot. And please, wow, we got 1.4K. I appreciate all y'all for your hitting that like button. Thank you so much. And do not forget, if you haven't done it yet, I don't know what to tell you. Missed out on the best party on this side of the YouTube streets, The Pascal Show. Join the family. Hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. Okay, guys? Anyway, guys, that's just breaking news. Just wanted to give you guys that information. And I will see you guys again very, very soon, okay? It's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very soon. Have a blessed rest of your day. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.